Hi guys, so today I have to share this last set from Die Press that they brought to HSN for the craft day. It is the holiday shopping bag. It is a pop-up bag that goes like in the center of your card. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links that I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if your purchase items through those links. So thank you for using those if you can. I've already heard lots of you guys, what you've been picking up and things. I would love to know what you're picking up for craft day. And you can leave those comments there. Alright guys, let's check this out. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I did get quite a few questions on the gel pens. Let me grab the box right quick. So a lot of the questions I'm getting are they different from the first set that Diamond Press had put out? Well, that set was huge. I think it had like 96 or 120 or, yeah, just a ton of colors. So obviously this is a more curated set where it's just... obviously less colors. They are larger capacity. I would say these feel a little wetter. When I use them for like the Hanukkah set where you kind of just drag out some of the ink color with a pen and it looks like watercolor. Really lovely effect. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. And then they're larger capacity. So of course they hold much more ink than like a regular gel pen, which I don't have one in front of me to show, but you know how gel pens are kind of thin. So that's the difference. So I would say that for me that's the difference. These feel a little bit wetter, so you can have a little playtime with them. But they don't take too long to dry either. Where the other ones I think dry a little faster and then are just like a standard gel pen. Okay, so let me open these up so you can kind of see what happens there. The last time they had a little pop-up shopping bag type thing, sold out. So we have here the examples of whatever it is, paper. If you want to use like pattern paper to create your bag, it has plenty of stamps. It has background. Oh, how cute! No wonder. Okay, so in this one, the little background stamp has layering. Sorry. So we have like a plaid and then the snowflake, but then we also have layering holly and berries. How cute is that? And you're just going to cut the pieces and put it together. I love the little tissue paper die. It's so cute. You can probably just cut actual tissue paper with that if you want. You just have to be careful, when you're gluing and things, and it'll make it look a lot more like a shopping bag, which is really cute. More authentic looking, right? And then we have the handle, and if you want to put, your little, they're showing I think they're showing two ways. Maybe not. Yeah. A die cut handle that is in the kit, or if you want to add, baker's twine. And then you just put it together. So we will do that today. And I was gonna say I might be on the wrong side. No, yeah, that's it. And this is the end there. Oh, and his little bow die. You guys love it. So this is the stamp set. Really sizable. Again, because you're making your backgrounds if you want with this. And this is big enough that you can probably use that for a card if you wanted to. Like kind of matte layer and then have something cute on there. You have the plaid. Little stamps like we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Little snowflake. Ho, 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 of course. Fa la la. To and from. Oh, the Holly Jolly is really cute. Look at the little Santa. He's like the same little Santa from last year, so that's really cute. Merry Christmas, to and from. I love when companies continue on like the same little character. Merry and bright, and then we have the snowflakes and then the berries that go with the holly back here. And I'll tell you, this is like almost 4 inches tall by about 3 inches, I would say. And then these are the dies, and of course you have this guy you're going to cut two for the front and the back of your bag. You have handles, the tag that cuts those little circles, or you can just cut it in to and from, or to and from on the one side, the little stamp on the other. A little bow. So it's a little faux bow where it has these guys, and then you have the part that goes in the middle, and then you layer that on top of this part. How cute would that be to have like a vellum layer and like, or even embossed vellum and then like a regular paper layer. All the words ho and then ho ho. We have a little holly, little berries that have like stitching, the side pieces, and then the piece that makes the tissue paper. So I'm just going to grab some paper. I want to see if it mentions how big your card should be. A2 or larger card base. So that's what I was wondering. I have this card here that's A4, which is only 4 inches wide instead of being a 4 1/4 inches wide, but I don't know if that 1/4 inch will make a difference. But either way, we'll make our little bag and then we'll put it inside of a card. So I'll be right back. Things to the side. I will need the stamp set soon, but it also comes with the elongated marquee cutting folder. Of course, these dies will go through any machine that cuts thin metal dies. I'm just going to quickly set this up. This is just some heavyweight paper, some white paper, and I figure we should probably do some stamping. It'll make a really quick bag if you were to just go with pattern paper right away. but I'm gonna go ahead and do some of that layered stamping. So I'm gonna get these guys on here. They all just piled up on me, and I'll be right back. Holly in the image, it shows they show stamping the berries first and then the greenery. You know, layer the berries on top of the leaves, but it says that here, so that would mean stamping the green first. But so I'm gonna stamp the green first, but just, you know, before you even start doing that, you can kind of look at it, and when I placed it like this, let's say, I can see the berries are going nowhere, so that didn't quite work. So it should be like this, and so cute. So let me see right here. So this little berry kind of is a little bit lower. Okay, so I'm going to kind of keep that in mind whenever I go to actually stamp it, just to make that part a little bit simpler. Now I have this, that is going to be cut out. I'm going to cut it a couple times, because if you want the sides to have the berries too, you want just a surface that you're going to do that with, and then you're going to cut it out, right? I think I'll do the sides in like red or green color, just to make that a little quicker, but you would definitely just stamp out a piece and then you'd cut it out. Now, I do need a front and a back, and I'm going to decorate both the front and the back, and I need to know how much space, you know, to leave myself. So like, I can probably bring this up a little bit higher. Okay, let's just make sure. Yeah, that's good. So I'm going to pick that guy up. Oh, it's getting a little warm. Let me take this off. All right. Nice bright green. If you want to do a mix of greens, that'd be really pretty too. Just get a couple different ink pads and do one way, one the other. Oh, don't move. Ooh, that's not good. I'm just giving a really good firm pressure all around everywhere, making sure I'm touching everything. I think I got everything pretty good, except for maybe right there. Okay, so there's my green. And to be honest, I would want to leave that there, but that's okay. Let me move this up here. And we can stamp this guy. Now, if you wanted to just stamp, you know, a few things, I would just move my paper and done it, you know, do the next one, but I'm just showing you basically. So if you look at it, you have the two berries, and there's like a group of three. I mean, there's like this little edge one, so that kind of gives you a good registration of where these should go. And if you just eyeball that, you know, these kind of fit in within that holly. These have their little stem, and they all have a little stem. So cute. Oh my goodness. So you can lay that down pretty well. I'm just eyeballing it. I think that looks good. So I'll put this on here. Pick that up and get some red. Oh. You know, I do my reviews and things, but a lot of times when it's something like ink, it takes a while to know more about it, because obviously when they're new, these have been around for a very long time, and I just put them like this. I put them back in the box and they're still inking. So I'm just going to kind of, I think those diamond pressed inks are now available just on this site, on the My Diamond Press site. They might have the newer colors on HSN. Oh, you guys, that is so cute. So for this second one, dare I just these magnets. I can just turn my paper this way. Stick that down. I didn't really have to restamp that first one. I just missed that one little middle piece, but I probably could have just left it alone. What I'm going to do is ink this guy up. And this time I'll do berries first, and then come back in with the leaves since it's already on here. So I do need to wash off my leaves, stamp. But like I said, if you're doing a whole bunch of them, just stamp all green, 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 and then come back through and do all the red, 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 red. But I'm going to wash this off, and I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm just going to take that guy off, and you know, just find where this one should be. I want to really make sure it's dry. And I can see the little sticks go this way. Those little berries kind of fall in line there. So that's kind of how I'll eyeball this one, and I'll stamp it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our paper here, and again, one will be cut from this side, And I'm trying to see if it needs to be like layered in here. And then the other from this side, of course. So we'll cut those guys out. And I do want the little pattern to go all the way up to the little like ruffle here. So I would say line that up, because this bottom part will be at the bottom of the bag anyway, and it's gonna be stuck down, you won't see it. So I'm just making sure a lot of that pattern hangs out up here. So I will tape this down. Of course I'll cut it down, my paper down, so I can get this in the marquee. And then, so that was the first part with the stamping. We need the two side panels. Again, I said I'd probably use red or green paper. Let's go with green, why not? You know what, let's do red. Just add a little red back in there. Oopsie. So I'll cut 2 of these. And then the tissue paper times 2 also. So the tissue paper is this one. And again, you know, whatever it is you like. I mean, if you want to cut this from vellum, that would look really sweet. Again, you can run this through tissue paper itself, however you like. I will probably cut out of vellum, why not? So I will grab some vellum and just run this. We need 2 of that. And then the shopping bag handles, again, do you want to use these? Do you want to use twine? I was kind of thinking, well, we'll go ahead and use this. I was thinking about using twine. And let's bring in something fun. So let's do green on this one. So 2 of those. And then the gift tag. So, you know, do you want to stamp and cut the gift tag? Oh my gosh, you know what I will do on this white paper? I'll do a little Santa Claus, and let me use Memento ink. And then I'll cut that out so the tag has a little Santa Claus on it. Looking good. And we'll color him in with a little bit of the gel pens, why not? Smaller area. I do like that for the gel pens because you can just get right in there. But I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have my base pieces here. The 2 bag pieces, front and back, side pieces, the little tissue cut out of vellum, and then 2 handles. And for this guy, I'm just going to color it in just really loose and fun with some gel pens. I'll place this here. And so yeah, so I'll just open these guys up. And it's going to be very simple, and if I use the water brush, I suppose I can, because like, let's say I want to let's do the red. Hold on, it's in a different level. I was wondering if I should use the sparkly stuff or just regular. And so we have this one, and if I want to just come in, you can color in the whole thing, or we can drag some color, again, lay it down. So this is metallic, so I don't know how much this will spread, but oh, it does. You gotta do it a little bit quicker. Okay, so you can spread that out with a water brush or just color it in. I'll probably let that dry and probably color it in completely. And then like his little, I'll use the silvery one for his beard. Let me wipe this down. And I haven't even squeezed this. This is just the moisture that's on the brush. I'll just kind of come in here a little bit and do a little faster. Let that one dry a little faster. Just bring in that color. And that's it, you know, just a little accent so it doesn't look like we just didn't forget to color it in. Just adding a little gray here and there. Okay, and same thing for his little skin tone. I'll just probably use like that little coppery color, just very little. And, oh, I'll be back. Dry there, and I'm just going to cut him out with this little guy. Okay, something like that. And just tape that down, and I'll run that little piece through. Okay, guys, so we have all our pieces ready to make our little bag here. And so step 3 is about these guys. So the way they explain it here is they say, you know, step 3 to fold all the score pink lines backward, backside to backside. So like, meaning this way, right? So pink here, you can just kind of tuck them in like this. And then these guys too have a little bit of scoring. Okay. So for right now, I'm just gonna leave it like that because I'm not exactly sure. I think it just gives it a look, right? So we have these guys. And that one, and that one. Okay, and then these sides, of course, it's showing on one of them to do backside to backside, so that means folding them in right away from you. And then this one also goes away like that. But we'll deal with that one in just a minute. Whenever we get to it, okay? It's gonna kind of fall in place. And then one of them, and let's say that's that one, to go with this guy. Also away, and away. Okay, guys, they're just doing it in 2 parts. So we have this here, and then this guy folds forward. So these are, sorry, I had mentioned like this one's this way, this one's this way. Well, they all have to be scored the same way. They're just doing it in 2 pieces. So let's finish this guy off. We had that score, and then this little guy scores forward, like towards you, because it's going to glue together on the inside to hold a gift card. So I'll do the other one the same way. I'll just do it again so I don't confuse you guys. So backward, which means backside touching backside, right? It's folding under. And this little guy folds forward. Okay, so it looks like that. And with these guys, all they were showing, sorry, is that those guys go back and back, and this one goes, you know, back also, but we'll play with that in just a minute. And these guys score forward. So basically this guy's gonna bend, right? So for right now, I'm just gonna let them do whatever they want, something like that, and something like that, just because I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna bend when I get there. So same thing with these guys, of course. These tabs go backwards, these guys kind of do this, and then let's just let these guys bend both ways so that when we get there, it'll be easier. Okay, something like that. Now, if you want to put handles in, they're saying to go ahead and put the handles right now. So, of course, they're going to come in the front of the bag, like that, to the back, right? And as high or as low as you like. And then, I don't really have a front and back since I didn't stamp any words on them, so for me it's the same. But let's just put this little guy on here. So there and there. So now this is going to be the front of my bag. And all I'm going to do is take some glue, and I'm just going to put it really close to the little hole. I'm not going to let that get there. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit because, again, I want to use an A4 size card base, and maybe keeping the bag loops a little bit lower might give me that clearance. I don't know. And if not, then I'll just get an A2 size card base. So I'm just turning it over so I can glue these things down. Right? Oh my goodness, look at And then same thing for the other one. And on this one, again, going through the front to the back. And if you just want to make sure they're about the same size, you can either just eyeball it, or you can actually legitimately just lay one on top of the other and see about how high they are, if they're where you want them to be. And that looks almost perfect, so I'll just leave it there. And I'm just going to put a little glue. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to let these set up just a second before I move on. And that was basically step 4. Step 5, this is to apply adhesive front and back panel tabs in blue as shown. So, you know, if you have it turned over, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to turn it over and all that. What I'm just showing you is when you bring the two together, like facing here, what you're going to do is this tab needs to tuck into that one, and this one needs to tuck around this one. And they can be around like this. If you want to tuck them in together like this, that's fine, but you know, when you put the gift card in, it might hit that and it might make it a little bit harder. So if you wrap them around, it's just nice and clean, right, where it goes in. So that's what they're showing you there. So let's just glue this tab around this one, and this one around this back side. Oh my goodness. That makes it so easy because the bag is pretty much already pulled together. We just need to put in our side pieces, of course. So again, that was step 5. And step 6 is putting in one other thing. So this time I will flatten it out like they're showing, I suppose. So now that that's together, I'm just going to flatten it like this. Okay, I'm just turning it backwards on itself. And this doesn't matter back, front, whatever, because basically these guys are going to tuck in here anyway. So all we're doing is putting glue. And I'm just following their instruction at this point, right here. And just along that edge, and this is a flat edge, just edge to edge, and I always check just to make sure that's lined up nicely. That looks really good. Score line is to the left a little bit. That one looks great. And then this one, again with that gusset pointing down, of course, right, that gusseted area. And we're just going to put that on here. And of course I pick it up, just kind of make sure they're about level. And again, the score line is really nice. Okay, looks good. I'm going to hold those down for just a minute because we are going to put a little tension on it, but not too much. I'll be right back. This is fun. So step 7 is showing you what you're going to do is fold these guys in. We're not putting glue on these yet. We're going to fold them in. We're going to fold them back on that midline, right? That middle line. So back on that middle line. And then bring the flap back in and we're going to put glue on there. How cute! Okay, now for me it'd probably be easier if this was already out, but I suppose to put the glue on it's easier when it's closed up. So let's just put the glue on there like they showed. And you probably don't have to do both sides at the same time, to be honest, but there it is. Okay, we already have the glue on there. And then we are going to bring this up and over. How cute. Oh my gosh. And basically those pieces are going to match up here, right, on the side pieces. And I think if you flatten this out the right way, you can, yeah, just give it a flatness, like flatten it out like this, and you can then arrange that a little nicer. And your little bag is pretty much ready to go. And to me, you know, this is, there we go. I'm going to give it a little bit of a squishing. I usually don't do that, but until it gets into the box, or into the card base, sorry. But let's just give it a little bone folding right now, just to keep it flat. Okay, I'm going to hold that down. And that's it, as far as that. So step 9 would be putting it into your card base. So when you're holding it here, you can see there's that crease line, the score line there, score line there. So that's the base of the bag. It's going to tuck into your card. Now again, I don't know if it says A2 or larger. I try to see if I can get it in here. That is really close. If I had put these in just a little bit farther in, you probably can get it in an A4 size, right? Because it's basically going to be right here. Could have tucked in a little bit more. So let me grab an A2 size card and we'll get it in there. I have this pretty card that I figure with the colorway it matches really well with what I have going on here. So I'm going to open this up and I'll just back up just a second. Now when you open your card, do you want the person to open it and this is the front or this is the front? And I think for me it'd be the front down here. So what I'm going to do is just do what they said, which is basically put glue on one side, right up to that score line, of course. You really want this to stay down and stay down nicely. And just center it as well as you can in here. And it's right to the score line. You'll be able to see it when you see the score lines. There's, again, that right there where it's bending, right? So we have that side. And I always like to put the glue right away on the other side, just because when I squish it, it might have some movement it wants to do, so I'd rather the card be able to do that now, you know? So that's all I'm showing. Put the glue, close it up. And I always want to tuck as much as I can in, because that'll help us when we open it up. And I love the way Diamond Press makes their little pop-ups, because they do split it down the center, basically, and that gives you that give that you can open the card really easily and nicely. So I'm just going to hold that down for a little while. We do have, maybe while I'm doing that, waiting for that, the finishing touches. So they're saying to wrap these guys and glue them shut, I believe, like this. And then you can stick them on either side so it just looks really full. And I'm just going to put it down low just in case, because this is vellum. Maybe you can see that glue. So I'm going to glue that one and glue this one too, okay? And then we're going to stick it on either side of our little bag. Okay, Okay, so I'm gonna hold those down while I'm holding this down, and I'll be right back. So let's open this guy up, and I'm gonna help it out because right now it's wet and I don't want to like do anything since it's still wet. Oh my gosh, how cute. They're a little bag. I'm not gonna force it too much right now. So we already did part of this, and what they're saying is just to put glue on one side and stick it on the back side, and then stick a little bit more on the front side. So I'm just going to put it right down in there, so it's sticking up at least. So I put a little glue down at the bottom, and on this one we'll do the same. So you're putting glue on that back wall, whatever is that's touching your bag side. And I'm going to pop this in here, and I'm touching it against the front wall, right? And then your gift card will tuck right into that little pocket that you created there. So you have a gift card sticking up right here, or money, whatever it is you like that fits in there. And I'm gonna let that set up, and I will be right back. So there it is, all set up, super cute. Of course, you open up your card. I do have this little McDonald's gift card that one of my subscribers here had sent to Miranda, and she wanted to keep the card, so I'm just gonna pop that in there, as you can see. And again, whatever you would like to do, I probably should have put this a little bit further down, as you can see. Now we know. When you go to place it, just make sure it's clearing that area there. And super cute, so I probably left it a little high up, obviously. Thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending these items for review. Again, like I said, it opens up nice and flat. Love it. I'll have images coming up. I'll have links in the description box, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Okay, bye now.